Yo, what's good, man? How you doing? How you doing,
Good,
Dylan? Big
good,
up,
bro.
big
Good,
up to
bro.
everybody watching on EGTV right now. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new. If you don't know who's sitting on this side of me, I can't tell if it's on the right or the left on the screen, but you guys know what I mean. I got Dylan next to me. Dylan, how you been, man? Long time.
Good, good, good. Just riding the Arsenal roller coaster, man, as we all are.
There you go. Are you getting a playback from?
I'm not getting any playback. No.
Okay, good. All right. So yeah, let's get this show started. What we're going to be talking about today, we're going to be talking about a lot of different transfer rumors around Arsenal. We're going to be looking at the top four schedule and seeing if we can, if we believe. We're going to have to ask Dylan about his stance on Arteta, if he's going to change it at the end of the season or not, depending on what happens. And you know what? We got a question right now in the comment section. So let me know. Would you rather have Victor Osimhen and Gabriel Jesus, or would you rather have Tammy Abraham and Gabriel Jesus? That is the question in the comment section right now. So let me know who you guys are voting for right now. We got some votes in already for Victor Osimhen, where I personally am not a big fan of either one of them. I'd rather go for one of the other strikers
Likewise.
between. Yeah, so I would rather go for one of the other strikers, but we're gonna get into all of that right now. We got some people in the comments saying "What's up? What's up?" To on
On
to
my way to work.
tomorrow. On to work. Yeah, big
Yeah,
up
on
to
my
you
way. Yeah.
on your way to work. Big up to Khalid. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get started straight away. We're gonna have to talk about a certain Bukayo Saka as the first topic, and this topic right here is Bukayo Saka the player of the season? Pretty much. Like, is there anybody else besides him? For me, he's definitely the player of the season. For me, he's definitely the best player for us this season. He has been the best player for Arsenal this season, and I really don't think there's a question about it. But what do you think? Do you think is there anybody else that you could pick above him for player of the season?
Probably until Ramsdale's recent, I'd say 7, 8 games. I think he's been very shaky. I'd say he would have been maybe like up there with potential player of the season. Bless you. But other than that, yeah, our options are very slim. Unfortunately, you'd have to go with Saka. I just think just Arsenal's options are slim for their player of the
Did I
season.
not mute myself when I sneezed? I'm confused.
No, you did. I just saw you
Oh, okay.
sneeze.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, thank you, Gesundheit. Or why am I selling that to
City
myself?
or Madrid? I reckon Madrid. Damn.
City or Madrid? I think I
I
think
think Madrid.
City's gonna win. I
You
think
reckon?
City's gonna win. Yeah,
I just think you can't
I
beat a
have a feeling
Benzema in
City can
form
do
right
it.
now, bro. He's clawing everything. They just
Yeah.
won the league as well, I think. Didn't they get officially the league? So
Anyways, just talking about Bukayo Saka quickly, the improvement that he's had this season has been outstanding. I think Bukayo Saka is definitely going to be the player of the season, in my opinion, for Arsenal. You just look at his goals and assists that he's put out in the league and throughout all competitions, just what he's done this
and his
season.
numbers could be a lot higher than what they are. He's missed a
100%.
lot of sitters, yeah.
And he's now taking penalties. So like Bukayo Saka has 11 goals this season, 5 assists.
But that's just the
Definitely
league. He's got more in the cup, I'm pretty sure, doesn't he?
guaranteed, guaranteed. Also, in my opinion, when it comes to good morning Egal, I take Gabriel Jesus because he is world class. Ooh, Madrid. Somebody says here. Victor says, "Big up Egal." Benzema masterclass incoming. What happened to your voice, man? Yo, if you haven't noticed, my voice is deeper than normal because
It's
I
the
am
purity
ill.
of the mic.
I am ill. What?
I said it's probably the purity of the mic.
No, my voice is just my voice is deeper because I'm sick, man. I don't really sound like this. Hello there. Good day. Anyways, let's get this show going. Let's get this show going. Bukayo Saka, obviously, there's not too much to talk about Bukayo Saka, so we're gonna keep it swiftly moving on to the next topic. This next topic might actually take up a little bit more time than before. Granit Xhaka, bro. Granit Xhaka.
My
What
best
do you
mate.
what are you saying about Granit Xhaka, bro? Because you want to know something, we have to show him some appreciation. We have to show Granit Xhaka a level of respect for what he's been able to do over the past couple games, and hopefully he can keep it up going forward. But Granit Xhaka appreciation post. What are you saying? Are you giving him some props?
Yeah, he gets some props or whatever, but whatever, we deserve it after 6 years of shit. So what?
Ooh,
I'm not gonna celebrate 6 games. It's to me, it's nothing. It's what we should be expecting from everyone. Like, look, he fantastic goal. He's been doing okay, but He's not going to get too much praise from me, man. Like we paid 35 million for a flop, as far as I'm concerned. So
I disagree. I think Granit Xhaka has definitely not lived up to the it's not that he hasn't lived up to the price tag. He's cost us a lot over the years, but if he's able to be this season, he's been our best midfielder after Thomas Partey, and he has been our best
yeah, but I
midfielder
know
now.
I just don't even think that's saying much. You know, Partey, he hasn't been great
And
since he signed either.
last year he was our best midfielder. And when it comes to consistency throughout the season, he's been an unsung hero, in my opinion.
Egal, he's our best midfielder because Arsenal don't buy midfielders. I said this is the problem that people have to understand is that Arsenal have not bought in any quality midfielders, so Xhaka will always remain the better midfielder. That's just how it is. We never bought anyone. We've had him for 6 years, bro. The only upgrade we had with Partey, and Partey is better, but you know he's injury prone, unfortunately. Other than that, we haven't bought a player in 6 years to fix his position, so he's got no competition to say that no one's been better, unfortunately. Like, look, he does the job. We see what he does for Switzerland. We see what he can do for Arsenal sometimes. It's always that rashness as well. But yeah, I just whatever. Like, as long as he does well for the last 6 games or 5 games that we've got left, I'm cool. I'm happy, man.
I'm just gonna say this: Granit Xhaka has never won Player of the Month. In this month of April, he's most likely going to win it, in my opinion. He is in his 6 years. Yes, you've said it. He has not been outstanding, but he's been consistently either a 6 or a 7, in my opinion, for majority of the games. There will be here and there he'll get a red or he'll do something stupid and it'll cost us. But 7 out of 10 games, he's very consistent. And I just feel like he deserves a little bit more respect. And his role for Arsenal right now is a very important role. He is the most important cog in that midfield going forward. And
yeah, but this also comes down on the recruitment as well. They made Xhaka the focal point of this team. They sold everyone. They bought kids, so they put all this pressure on him. So you know you have to have him to step up. You know he's captain of Switzerland. So
yeah.
And realistically, he's still pretty young himself. What's he, 27,
He's not
28?
going nowhere, especially after that celebration we've seen after the goal that he scored in
He's gone in
against.
the summer, bro. He's not staying anymore.
No, he's not going anywhere, bro. I'm telling you right now. I don't
Bro,
think
if this motherfucker's still here, I'm going to give up on this club, honestly.
No, he's not going anywhere. You have to understand he is now playing a lesser role than what he was doing before when it comes to the fact that he is not being asked to be the DM. He's not being asked to be the deep line playmaker. He's being asked to play as a number 8. We now play with 2 8s and a 6. So the fact that he's going to be in that midfield 3, he's going to be that guy who's going to be going a little bit more forward. Partey or whoever else we buy in the midfield in the summer is going to be the person sitting a little bit deeper. So he will most likely still be here. And if we sold him, how much would you sell him for?
I don't give a shit. Free. We've left every other player go for free. Who cares, bro?
What do you mean free? Granit Xhaka is not.
Who cares, bro? He is rubbish. Arsenal will never progress as a football club with Granit Xhaka being a pivotal person in that team. We have
We're
not
about
been
to
in the
get top
Champions
4 with
League.
Granit Xhaka.
Bro, we're nearly bottling top 4 with Granit Xhaka. I don't know what we haven't even secured it yet. You guys are acting like we've got it already.
Okay, let's talk about
3 games
4.
ago, we nearly lost it, and now we're back in it just because other teams around us are slipping. It's not because of Arsenal being consistent. It's because of other teams' failure that we're in this title race or top 4 race.
Okay, let's talk about
because
top
of
4.
us.
Let's talk about top 4 now. Let's talk about top 4. These are remaining games. These are Tottenham's remaining games. Look at it this way. West Ham are going to be focused on the Europa League. Leeds are already guaranteed to stay up. In my opinion, you look at these remaining fixtures. If we win our next 2 games, we're in a really good situation for top 4. And I'm not worried about that North London derby if we go into it with a 5-point gap, because hypothetically speaking, Liverpool are probably going to beat Tottenham. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. Yeah, definitely. Liverpool go
Okay.
for the title, so
So
they're gonna get that. Yeah,
if they beat Leicester and they lose to Liverpool,
Leicester
that
can
will
still
mean
beat them. Leicester aren't a bad team.
no. If they beat Leicester and they lose to Liverpool, that is now a 5-point gap. And if we beat both West Ham and Leeds, we will go into that North London derby with 3 games remaining with a 5-point gap. You're telling me with a 5-point gap with 3 games remaining, where you have to lose 2 out of the 3 and Tottenham have to win all 3, we could still bottle it?
Yes. Did you not just watch our last 5 games?
Sorry.
We lost to Southampton, we lost to Crystal Palace, and I can't even remember who else we lost to. We lost to someone else. So it is possible, bro. I don't know what team's going to show up. I didn't think going into all those games, that 3 losses in a row, that we would capitulate in the way that we did, and that gave me no confidence. Yes, we've done fantastic to win with Chelsea and Man United. I don't think Man United was the best game. I think it was a great result, but I think, United missed a lot of chances. So I think it was a lot on their part as well. If they score that pen or whatever, game could have been flipped on its head. But you don't know what's going to show up. West Ham can pull out a miracle. I know they've got 0 centre backs for this next game, supposedly coming up. They've got the Frankfurt or whatever in the semis, so their heads might be there because that's their way into Europe. But we don't know what Arsenal's going to show up. We've been too inconsistent this year for me to have any confidence personally.
Let me ask the people in the comment section, who's going to get top 4 in your opinion, guys? Looking at the remaining games, I think Arsenal are more in the advantage at this moment in time. And I think we have to have some
I
conversation.
think we actually have a better run-in, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, Burnley are going to be fighting for relegation. So,
Yeah.
and the way they're going now, and Burnley have a very solid defense. They've got Thingo up front who can score goals as well. Norwich, maybe last game of the season, they want to prove a point, maybe pull off like a miracle win. Who knows? We've got Everton as well, the last game of the season. Who knows what position or situation they're going to be in with that 1 game left. Maybe they need that win to stay in the Premier League. You know what I mean? And maybe we need the win at the same time to get top 4. Like we don't know, unfortunately. Yeah. I think we can beat Tottenham for sure.
Yeah.
Because it is Tottenham. Is it at Emirates?
No, it's at the White Hart Lane.
Look, I hope it's Tottenham.
Stadium.
Yeah, look, you hope you can beat Tottenham every time. I'm always confident. I never think that Tottenham's going to beat us. And Leeds, they're always exposed. We can beat them, and I think West Ham with a weak defense. But what worries me, goal scoring again and consistency. You just never know what team's going to show up. So until we get closer to the end, like I really want, realistically, the best case scenario here is obviously we beat Leeds and West Ham, and then Leicester gets a draw or a win, and obviously Liverpool does the same, and we take a lot of points off that. So
okay, so yeah, here we go. Let's have this Arteta conversation. What are you saying about Arteta now, man? What's your thoughts on Arteta at this moment in time? If he gets top 4, are you going to change your stance on him? Would you still
no? Because my stance is still the same. I don't think he's the guy to take us forward. And at the end of the day, this is Arsenal Football Club, and we need to be challenging for league titles, not struggling to get 4th. So
what if he's the manager to bridge the gap? Help us bridge the gap.
Listen, I've always said if he can be the guy that, he can maybe be the guy, that changes the mentality and stuff like that. But there can be someone else that comes in and takes over and then takes us to that next level. And I'm fine with that. I can look, if he gets 4th, obviously I didn't expect it. But I also factor in as well how poor people around us are doing at the same time as well. We can't just forget that isn't happening. We've had a shocking season and somehow we're still in a top 4 race right now. That just shows you how bad Tottenham are doing. It shows you how bad Manchester United are doing and everyone else around. Leicester have had a horrible season. They're usually in the top 4 contention as well. West Ham's fighting sometimes there. So, but look, I just don't think he's the one to take us forward. I've seen too many negatives over too many positives. I think player and person management is very key being a manager, and I think he lacks that a lot. But look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I think anyway.
Let me ask the people in the comment section, guys. Let me know what's your stance on Arteta.
And this is the thing as well. This whole situation right now, it came from the fact that Arsenal fans, myself, we were upset because I was very Wenger out at that time for many, many years because I was sick of finishing 4th, not progressing as a football club. We stopped challenging and stuff like that, and that's where we started. So I can't be happy now that 5 years down the track that we're going to celebrate a progress to exactly where we started it from. So we've just gone from 4th to 4th. I'm not going to celebrate that. I want to celebrate going from 4th to 1st. And that's the difference. And I think a lot of Arsenal fans They don't understand where the Arteta out is or whatever you want to call it. Like, we all want the best for our team,
Listen,
and it's just I think there's better out there.
I feel like Arteta is a necessary gateway for where we were with Unai Emery and how low we were as a club. And reason being, one, he's really good at communication and he's able to communicate the situation and what's going on the pitch to the fans. Two, he's able to get rid of a lot of the problems that we've seen in the squad, such as attitude issues, such as players that were just not up to scratch quality wise. And he's also gotten rid of players that he's fallen out with that were probably good enough, but when it comes to the personality and the attitude traits that he wanted in the squad, they just didn't have that. But at this point, he's building a young squad. He's building a good unit. And if we get top four, I really do believe sky's the limit. The next stage, we could see a lot better. But first, we need to recruit and buy the right quality.
Yeah, like, look, I just think, like, with our owners anyway, we're never going to progress as a club. We'll never win a league title again with Kroenkes under our ownership, because you can already hear Edu saying, yes, we're going to make 1 or 2 signings. Bro, we don't need 1 or 2 signings. We need fucking 6 or 7. That's the problem. Our squad is already depleted. And the thing is, we're not even challenging in any competition this year. People forget that. We didn't make Europe. We got knocked out of every cup competition, 1 game a week, and we're still struggling.
In the Premier League for top 4.
1 game a week, bro. 1 game a week.
Listen, if we get it, there's no excuses. On your end, you do not expect it. You're going to have to at least give him credit. And from my end, I'll tell you this: I think I'm quite fair with Arteta. I criticize him when need be, and I give him credit where need be. But I'm not. I've never
I'm not
really
going to
been.
not give him credit if he gets top 4. All I'm saying is we need to progress. There's no point of staying with him and then we go through the whole cycle again.
You would sack him even if we got top 4.
100%. I wouldn't even think about it.
I think that's ridiculous.
Because it's not ridiculous. Like I told you, bro, we're back to square one. This all started because we couldn't progress better than top 4. So why are we going to go around 5 years to come back to top 4 and think that's progress? That's not progress.
Okay. Let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is William Saliba. What do you think Saliba's role is going to be next season? Because when speaking about William Saliba's role, he himself has said he's willing to take a back seat. He understands that he's not going to come in and start right away. I personally think he will be right back, right center back cover for Ben White. At this moment in time, Ben White's taking that position, but he could also play on that left center back role if Gabriel ever gets injured or anything like that. So I really do think he is going to be given that third center back position over Rob Holding, and he will most likely be a right back cover. When it comes to will he stay, if you don't know, his current club that he's at, Marseille, they have a transfer ban. They won't be able to buy him, even if they wanted to. Also, when it comes to other clubs, Arsenal's first priority is to give him a new contract. We currently have a contract ready to give him on the table for the coming the new summer. If he does not accept the contract, then we might consider selling him. At Real Madrid, if they come in with a £60 million bid, I still would turn it down. I think he's such a big part of our future that we cannot be losing a player like William Saliba, in my opinion. He's such a quality center back. He gives me Tony Adam vibes in the sense that he could be one of those young center backs you have in the squad for the next decade. That's how good he is as a center back. He's already in the French setup, and when it comes down to it, even if we do get Champions League football, we're going to be playing in the Champions League. We're going to be playing in the league. We're going to be playing in the cups. Him even being a third choice, he's still going to get 20, 30 games. But
look, man, even if he comes in as third choice, by him playing good in every other competition, I'm sure he's going to knock out Ben White easy. Believe me.
Probably. But I personally think him and Ben White and Gabriel, that is a really good center back core. Like
it is. And there's always going to be injuries and stuff like that. So
yeah. And
but I just want him to stay.
He could also cover Tomiyasu if Tomiyasu's ever injured. Or Ben White could cover it right back. There's so much versatility with a Saliba, Ben White, Tomiyasu, Gabriel partnership. It's just amazing in my opinion. And you know what Saliba also might do? We might not need to go buy right back cover in the summer if we have a Saliba. You don't know. You never know.
Do you reckon that keeps? How long Cedric
left? If they get rid of Cedric, that's when we buy a right back cover. That's it. They have to get rid of Cedric in the summer if we want to get a new right back in my
This
opinion.
whole Tomiyasu injury thing does worry me though.
Let's talk about one more player. Um, let's talk about one more player. But before we do that, KSC out for sure. Um, Prim is a whole different story, especially for center backs. I hear that, definitely do hear that. But this man has been outstanding in Europe and everything else. Who do you think realistically will buy as striker replacements? We will have to see. Oh, by the way, did you see Livermento got injured? So that means he's definitely off the books. We're not going to be getting him. Lamptey is one of them. Yeah, we might go for Lamptey, but his
A lot of
height
injury prone.
his
Yeah.
height is also an issue. Let's talk about Elneny. You're not gonna like this, but rumor
I
has
like
it that
Onini.
Rumor has it Elneny might want to stay.
I
Elneny
like him.
Elneny might want to stay at Arsenal. What are we saying? You want to keep him?
Yeah, I'd keep him. Yeah, squad player. He's a good squad player.
Oh, really?
I didn't. Yeah,
I didn't expect
I've
that
never
from
had
you.
an issue with Elneny because he's just a generic squad player. You know, we paid 6-7 million, and he's been 6 or 7 million worth. You know, he comes in, does a shift. Cup games, you can bring him in for smaller teams, or
Yeah.
when we did Europas and whatever. He's
Let
always
me read this.
done the type of
Uh,
role. Yeah.
Elneny is set to have his contract expired in the summer and would like to renew after the most recent performances versus Chelsea and Manchester United. Would you renew his contract?
Yeah, I would just for like 2 years. You know, smaller money. What's he on? Probably like 40, 35, something like that. 50 max.
Hmm.
Whatever. Like you find someone, he's been at the club for a while. He's still not that old. You know, he's an international player. And he's just a backup rotation player. You know, he does his job and he comes in. You know, I think when those injuries happened, I said instead of playing Lakonga, I said I always would pick Elneny because he's got the experience. I wouldn't have put Lakonga in those situations for those like 2 or 3 games where we lost or whatever, because you need someone with experience. And in the past, Elneny's come in and done shifts. You know, when we won at Old Trafford last season or whenever it was, you know, he was a pivotal part of that. So, you know, yeah, he's a squad player, cheap. So yeah, I don't mind keeping on any for 1 or 2 years, even if it's just for a single year contract. That's fine for me. It saves us going out and spending money on someone for no reason. You know, I don't think Lakonga's experience is there, Elneny, and maybe it just saves us money
Would
from
you
buying
guys in
more
the
players.
comment section, would you keep Elneny for another 2 to 3 years tops? Let me know in the comment section right now as we shift slowly to the next topic. This one right here is kind of random. Um, there's a guy named Jan. Let me see how you pronounce his name. Jan Thielmann. He is currently playing in the Bundesliga. He's a right winger. He's 19 years old. He has been reportedly linked to Arsenal today. He will cost about 12.5 million. He's had 26 appearances for Cologne, and he scored once and had 2 assists. Reportedly,
Hmm.
he is a very, very highly touted player. They're saying he could be the next Podolski. What do you think about? What do you? It sounds like a bargain, type deal, but I don't know how accurate it is. The report is, of course, from the Sun. So how reliable is that?
Yeah, the sun's shocking. Yeah, well, while the gal's dying there, guys. Look, 12.5 for a guy that's got 2 assists, 1 goal in 26 games really doesn't sound too appealing to me. Right now, you know, you'd hope that a younger player could maybe perform a little bit better, especially in the Bundesliga. You know what I mean? It's an easier league. You know, a lot of people get some higher figures in there. So, look, I'd have to watch him play to make a judgment. You know, it's just going off statistics, and statistics aren't everything, unfortunately. But for me, yeah, I wouldn't personally go for it. I think we can target other areas. I think we're okay in those winging areas, and we've got some good youth coming through as well. So, Ali, give Elneny a 3-year contract. Yeah, look, I don't mind giving Elneny a contract. I'm all for an extension. So,
I
COVID.
don't know. I don't know about this being COVID. I'll tell you that right now. I don't think it is. I don't think you sneeze with COVID. I'm pretty sure it's a cough thing.
I've never had it. Well, no.
Okay. But yeah, what minute is it? Let's just put 20 seconds.
25.
20. Okay. What minute is it? 25?
25 on the banger.
Okay. Let's get on to the next guy right here. The next guy right here is a no. A lot of people are saying he won't actually fit the current Arteta system, but Serge Gnabry has been linked to Arsenal again.
I love my
Um,
boy Serge.
what do you think about Serge Gnabry? How would he fit
Hell
into
yeah,
this
bro.
team? How would he fit into this team? If we're buying Gabriel Jesus, would we then would it then make sense to go get Serge Gnabry and another striker? Because then that would be three players. Wouldn't we need to get rid of either a Pepe or something to make it work?
I don't think so. When you're in every cup competition, you need the players. You don't see Man City or Liverpool's and stuff like that complain that they've got Diaz, Jota, Mane, Sane, Origi. You know what I mean? Like they've got all that quality there, and that's what we need. You know, Pepe is an option, but like I potentially would probably sell Pepe anyway. I think Serge fits who we are as a football club, and I think we need a lot of players that have Arsenal identity. He's got experience both in the league, internationally, obviously in the Bundesliga. Fantastic player, and I think Serge can also play, a little bit central as well as wide. And he's still young. He's still a young player, man, and he loves Arsenal. And why wouldn't you bring someone back like that? We need Arsenal core in this team, and he's perfect. He's perfect. Especially if we're going to be in Champions League and stuff. We need someone. We need to bring those players in that have that experience, who have played at that level now and can help lead the likes of like a Saka and Emil and stuff like that. We can't keep relying on just these young kids to take us through. We do need to start building some experience in our team. So I'm all
Okay,
for it.
I love Serge Gnabry. I think if we brought him to the team, he'd be really good. But let me tell you something. In a Pep Arteta system, Serge Gnabry is the type of player who would coast for 90% of the game and then get a goal out of nowhere. Is it worth having another one of those players in the team that is not going to really be linking up play, not really getting involved in 90% of the game time, and
But
be
why wouldn't
more?
he be doing that?
Say it again.
Why wouldn't he be doing that? Why wouldn't he be
If
working and
you've
stuff
ever
like that?
watched Bayern, he's one of those guys who just pops up with a goal, but he doesn't really.
Yeah, but
He
Bayern
doesn't.
played a whole different style of fluidity to like, you know what I mean? Like this guy coming into our team, obviously he's going to meet with the manager and stuff like that. And they're going to say, this is what we want out of you.
Okay,
And
but
if
let me
that's not
give
what he
you.
wants, then he wouldn't come.
If he's coming in and he's being asked to be like a Mo Salah and just be a finisher, that's it, then he's perfect. But if you're asking him to be more than just a finisher and you're asking him to link up play, you're asking him to get more involved with the midfield, you're asking him to do all those other things, that's not really his game. So for what our right wings or left wings are being asked to do nowadays, would we be buying Serge Gnabry and be expecting such high expectations that we
Yeah,
would
but
not be getting?
there's none of this like Arteta Pep style players. Players are formed by the manager. They change for the manager. That's just how football is. If the manager wants you to play a certain way, you play a certain way. Obviously, that's why Mikel has so many issues with a lot of these players, because they don't want to play his way, like a Pepe, which I can understand. Pepe doesn't want to track back or do this and do that, so he doesn't play him. But Gnabry presses well. I'm sure he can track back. I'm sure he can do all these things. Lacazette wasn't this type of player that played CDM pretty much every game and pressed the ball endlessly. He changed his style when a new manager came in. And that's what happens. And like I said, he's an Arsenal boy. He's got experience at the highest level. I'm all for it. I don't think Serge is going to be that expensive. How much is he going for, a girl? 35?
He has a year left, so we could possibly get him for a decent price. I don't know
Year
exactly how
left, yeah.
much. I seen that his market value is like 60, 70 million, but I think
Nah, not
with
with
the
a year
year
left.
left,
30 mil.
you don't know how much he's gonna cost.
Yeah.
He
And
could.
he's still young, great player. Look, I reckon I'm all for bringing him back. Like I said, he can adapt to a style, you know?
Okay, okay, okay.
I don't know where
Well,
else Serge would go, to be honest. I don't want to see like
where would he end up?
well, I don't see PSG. I don't see Barcelona really. Real Madrid, probably not. Maybe Real Madrid, who knows? They maybe don't have anyone on the right. They got Vinny and Rodrigo, but I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, look, I see it happening, so
All right,
I'd like to see him.
let's get over to the actual transfer rumors for strikers. First striker that we're going to be discussing is Gabriel Jesus. Yes, Gabriel Jesus. David Ornstein has reported that Gabriel Jesus is in advanced talks with Arsenal. It's been confirmed that Gabriel Jesus has agreed terms with the club, and the deal is pretty much agreed. Now Arsenal just needs to go and speak to Manchester City. Arsenal have not yet spoken to Man City about the deal, but the rumor has it that Man City would be willing to sell the player for less than £30 million. So, Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal, deal or no deal? Let me know right now, guys, in the comment section, and hit that like button and subscribe button right now, guys. We have about 30 people on YouTube, and we have about 4 people watching on TikTok. So if you guys want to get more involved, hit those like buttons. Let's get these streams a little bit more going. But yeah, oh, we got up to 40 people now. You see, every time you like the button, more people pop out of nowhere. Keep hitting those like button, people, guys. Oh, we got a big comment here. Norton Coffee will be our future right back for the next 10 years. He is an how do you pronounce that? And he is what? An Armstrong? I don't know. He's
I don't know.
very good. In 2 years, he will be in the team. I think he can continue with Cedric as a backup. Okay.
I'm all about bringing youth through as like backups. You know, I want to see a lot of integration with Aziz next year because I think Aziz is a baller, man. I love watching him play. I want to
Let's
see
talk.
obviously Balogun be that third striker.
Let's talk about Gabriel Jesus though.
Oh,
Deal
yeah,
or
okay,
no
right.
deal? Are you
Jesus,
in?
yeah, deal. But for me, like I've told you on multiple streams before, we need 2 strikers. We don't need 1, we need 2. So Jesus plus someone else. So, but yeah, Jesus, I think obviously will fit a similar system. Worked with Mikel before. I think he's got obviously he needs a lot more goals in his game. Yes, he scored 4 on the weekend, but he does really struggle to score sometimes. I
Yeah.
think he's got that Brazilian contingency, which is quite fluid in our team now.
Yep.
Yeah, well, look, I'm all for it. I don't think the price will be too expensive. Probably like 25 mil. Experienced Premier League winner, Champions League player. Yeah, bring him in. Just need another
Guys,
player with
do
him.
me a favor. Hit that like button right now if you think Gabriel Jesus is a good signing. And if you don't, also hit the like button. But yeah, we got a comment here saying, deal for me, that price, especially with Premier League experience, he's
Yeah.
pressing like a machine. So I would take him. There you go. Big up Matt in the comments. Big up Matt. Big Chelsea fan right there. But yeah, Gabriel Jesus, I think, is a no-brainer. But then who do you take with a Gabriel Jesus? Because we are linked to a bunch of players. And the first player I'm going to name is none other than, in the article where Gabriel Jesus was linked to Arsenal, the first conversation was Gabriel Jesus. The second one was, but Dominic Calvert-Lewin is still an option. So what
Yeah,
are
I
we
don't
saying
know.
about Dominic Calvert-Lewin?
I think it depends on what happens with Everton. You know, if you can maybe sneak a DCL for 30 mil if they get relegated, he's got a lot of injury problems. I think he's someone we need like for the aerial ability and presence that he brings because I think we've really lacked that probably since Giroud left. I don't think we've ever had that. So it would be a good option for us to have, 2 different types of strikers, Calvert-Lewin and Jesus, and then you've got a Balogun as a third. I'm down for that. That's not too bad. And I think we can get both over the line for under 60 mil. So
I don't want nothing to do with Dominic Calvert-Lewin anymore. I am
why?
kind
Because
of
of injuries?
I am kind of worried about his injuries and his current form. I'm thinking if he does come to Arsenal, he might not be able to handle the pressure, and I'm scared. I'm kind of like
You talk
cautiously
about
worried.
current form though, but like, how many goals is he on this year? Like 14, 15?
3,
Is that it?
yeah,
Is it that bad?
yeah.
Jesus Christ. I didn't think it was that bad.
So with Dominic Calvert-Lewin playing 13 games this season and having only 3 goals, it is not the most like ambitious signing.
Jeez, Egal, Egal's, he's got the Rona, guys. He's got the
Yeah,
Rona.
go. So yeah, with that, his current form really scares me. I
Goals
don't think.
per match, 0.27.
Yeah, no. I'm personally, I'm kind of saying, with his current form, could he turn that around with a better team around him? Possibly. People are saying Callum Wilson's super underrated. I rate
Wilson's a good
Callum.
striker, yeah.
I rate
Yeah.
Callum Wilson.
I don't think he's at the caliber of us, though.
Man saying ginger and lemons. Bro, I'm fasting, so I can't really do nothing. He lost his voice screaming against United. No, man, I'm sick. So like my nasally deep voice out of nowhere now. You should have heard me the other day. I was like, hello there. It was weird. Anyways, moving away from that, there's another ridiculous story. Have you seen this one?
Probably not. I try to stay off Twitter.
Piers Morgan said Arsenal should go sign Cristiano Ronaldo.
Piers needs to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
This man is like, half the time he speaks sense, half the time he's delusional.
So Piers Morgan said Arsenal Football Club should go sign Cristiano Ronaldo in the summer. If I was Arteta or the club, I would go and get uh, uh, Cristiano Ronaldo. He would be my ideal signing. That's what he said. He said this club needs goals. He scores goals. Everything else already works around him, and he would just come in and he'd be
Nah,
perfect. I'm like, you're ridiculous. You don't bring a
nah.
37-year-old Cristiano
38-year-old
Ronaldo
next
into
year.
the Arsenal side. It doesn't do anything for us.
Nah, and look, he's a United guy. Like, he's going to stay at United probably and end his career for another 3 years. Like, he's not... The only place he can go is maybe America in his 40s or in a couple of years. That's pretty much it. And that's the end of
Yeah.
your career if you go to America. It's just for the big money. But he's going to stay at United, so...
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
probably gonna stay at United.
Nah, that's a stupid one by Piers.
That was the dumbest thing I ever seen.
He is an idiot. Yeah.
He really is. Yeah. Moving on to Tammy Abraham. If you haven't heard, Arsenal's back in for Tammy Abraham. Yes, Arsenal are back in for Tammy Abraham. And what if I tell you, not only are we back in for him, bro, it seems like we might already have a bid ready to be submitted to Roma for Tammy Abraham of 50 million pounds. It seems like Mikel Arteta and the board really are considering going back in for Tammy Abraham because of how he was doing how well he's doing over there in Rome. Edu has already started talks about a bid, hence why we have the thing in the comment section between voting between Victor Osimhen and Gabriel Jesus, or Tammy and Gabriel Jesus, because it seems like Arteta really likes the player. He wanted the player in the past summer. He's seen his development in Rome, and he's offering him opportunity to come back to the Premier League. Now, Tammy Abraham, would he take it? Probably, especially if we get Champions League football, and especially if Roma don't get Champions League football by winning the Europa League. But if Roma do not win the Europa League, and if we do get top four, that would be the most likely situation how he would join us. I personally don't know if we would be doing such a thing at this moment in time. But here's the report. Arsenal are preparing a 50 million pound bid for Roma striker Tammy Abraham. The reports are coming out that Tammy Abraham has been closely watched by the club, and that they were interested in signing him in the summer last year, and that Edu and Arteta are interested in still signing the player. So with all of those things being said, Tammy Abraham could end up at Arsenal. He could be wearing that red and white next year, and it would only be would Roma accept the bids? Would Roma accept?
Well, don't they have a 20% sell on back to Chelsea?
Would they want 100 million plus? How much money would they actually want?
Well, what did they pay for him?
They paid. Let me check. What did
I thought they paid
for
big
him?
money, like 50, didn't they?
What did they pay for him? Roma paid 37 million. 34 million.
I can't see them taking less than 60.
Chelsea have a 68 million buyback clause, so they would probably want them on the same price.
Okay, yeah. So Chelsea's buyback is the 68. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you reckon Chelsea, with the Lukaku issues, did Chelsea go and sell Lukaku and then bring back Tammy for 68?
Are you gonna be on at time going forward? What?
Are you going to be streaming this time? He's asking.
No. I don't. I kind of just stream whenever I can. Yeah, he's 37 years old, $500,000 a week. On what planet is that a good decision? LOL. Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. He's an absolute idiot. Jesus is average striker. I think that's absurd. Well, I don't know where you're saying he's average. He is definitely not your average player in the Premier League. He's quality wise, he's very good. Jesus
And
is
I
a
think
very
for the money that
realistic.
you can get, look, and for the money, if you can get Jesus for 25 mil, man, you're laughing, man. You're
Yeah.
laughing. Premier League proven, played in Champions League, will fit the system. Hopefully, he can bag up to 15 goals. That's what you'd hope.
Oh,
But you're also
Roma's
bringing a
out.
second striker in there.
Roma's out of the Europa League.
Yeah, they're not in it.
Oh shit! I didn't realize. I thought they were still in it. My bad. You're right. Big up, my guy Ian for telling me. But yeah, Tammy Abraham. What are we saying, guys? What are we saying? Tammy Abraham is better
I'm
all
still not
around
sure
player
on it.
when it comes to link up play and tracking back. Boom. We had another comment here saying something about Lukaku. Tammy Abraham is copying the Lukaku smokescreen blueprint.
Guys, you're going to kill a goal. Stop it.
Go ahead.
Look, I'm not I'm not so sure on Tammy. I will say though, like I know when we had the links last year, I was against it. But he's definitely proven me wrong the season that he's had in Italy. I think he's done excellent. But is that because the Italian league isn't as good? Obviously complete different styles of football and stuff like that. But he's definitely proven himself. He scored some great goals, great running off the ball and stuff like that. But I think that adapt to come back to here and different system and whatever, I'm not so sure. I think for that money, I think we can get someone better.
Yeah, I think Arteta really does want him. Tammy plays nothing like Lukaku. People are saying, Egal, I did not say he's average. Very good. Okay, he's fantastic. Mohamed,
Thanks
please
for my comment.
reflect on comment. Um, Jesus plays fits Arsenal style. Definitely does. I'm
Yeah.
not saying the same style, but same output. Okay. Um, new Lukaku at Arsenal. Syria tax lives. I think this whole Syria tax is dependent on the style of football you play. If you had Thomas Tuchel playing to two strikers and you had Lukaku in a similar system where he has other people running around him where he I don't know, basically similar to what Antonio Conte was doing in Rome. I'm pretty sure he'd be doing a lot better. It just doesn't suit a style where a striker is asked to stay in the 90 minutes in the box. But yeah, enough about
But for
Chelsea.
me, like like instead of going for like a Tammy, man, I'd be going for like who's your guy, the Nunez or whatever,
Darwin Nunez.
Darwin Nunez. So you'd be going for like
Okay.
instead of Tammy, I'd go for like a
Would you
Darwin
go for
Nunez.
Darwin Nunez, Ivan Toney, Isak?
Ivan Toney's a big no. I hate him.
Okay.
I think
What
he's just a disrespectful prick.
okay, what about Victor Osimhen? Because Victor Osimhen is the next guy that we're linked.
Overvalued. I think he's overvalued. I think he's a good talent, but for the money that they're asking, they are dreaming. I don't know if Chad agrees with me. I think he's a good player. I think he's quite clinical with his head, with his finishing, very quick as well. Can he do it in the Premier League? No one knows until you come, obviously.
Let me tell you a
But I
little bit
just think
about
100 million plus, that's just too much, man.
yeah, right now, Osimhen is being eyed by particular football clubs in the Premier League. Arsenal being one of them. This was written by Gazzetta dello Sport. He wants to play UCL football next year. Arsenal are looking at two strikers to replace Aubameyang and Lacazette, and he could be one of them. Reports say that they would want 100 million euros for Victor Osimhen.
It's way too much, man.
I think that is ridiculous.
It's way too much money.
Personally, anything over like 60, 70 for Victor Osimhen
If we're going to
probably
be
is
going to
way too
Napoli with
much.
that money, we should be going for like that Fabian Ruiz in midfield.
But you know what? Reports also say that Arsenal are currently the favorites to sign Victor Osimhen.
We were
Gazzetta dello
favorites
Sport
to freaking
reported say
sign
we're the
Vlahovic,
favorites to sign him. We were also the favorites to sign a bunch of
Dushan.
other players. If you remember in
Yeah.
the January window, we were 70% favorites to sign Vlahovic. We never got him. But yeah, basically they're saying we're favorites to sign the player. He's looking at his options to play elsewhere, and Victor Osimhen could be leaving Napoli this upcoming summer. Napoli will have Champions League football regardless if he stays or goes. But he's also being linked to a move to Newcastle. Like Victor Osimhen seems to be linked to everybody at this moment in time. Doesn't really make
Got to
sense.
think next year, like who are the people that are going to need strikers? Chelsea obviously going through.
They're saying 87 million pounds, bro.
For Osimhen.
87 to 90 million.
No, I just don't think he's worth it. You got to think of like who's going to want strikers. I think City's going to be tied up with Haaland. Mbappe will probably go to Madrid. Barcelona, didn't they sign Lewandowski or something? Or they've got a pre-agreement with Lewandowski.
Yeah.
So maybe Bayern Munich are going to be looking for that next guy. Maybe Victor is that guy. Maybe a Darwin Nunez is the guy. No, you know what I mean? There's only going to be a couple of clubs looking for that big striker. So Juventus have already got Dusan, so they're settled. It's pretty much just us. Kane probably has zero ambition, stays at Tottenham. United maybe want a guy if they sell Ronaldo. There's only really like 5 clubs out there max that could be looking for a striker. So
Okay, so let's just talk about the next one also. Darwin Nunez. What are you saying?
depends on the price tag. Yeah, it's worth a shot. Just depends how much.
Would you be interested in signing a player like Darwin Nunez, who's only done it realistically for a short time period? He does have a high ceiling. His touch and his link-up play is
Yeah,
a
but you
big
look at like a
worry.
Diaz as well.
His touch and his link-up play is a big worry. So if we do sign him, it makes sense that we have a Gabriel Jesus next to him. We also have to consider the fact that he's linked to Manchester United. He's linked to Manchester City. He's linked to Liverpool. He's linked to Barcelona.
I don't think any of them will get him
Benfica are
because
now saying they might even want 100 million for him. So it's looking long for Darwin.
like I said, I've always wanted a 2-striker thing. So if you're gonna get a Jesus, which I think is a cheap, good option for let's say 25 mil.
Yeah, I seen that too. I seen that they
Nunes is
said
agreed terms
something.
at Liverpool.
Yeah, I seen a report 12 hours ago
Yeah,
saying
but how are Liverpool
Darwin
gonna
Nunez.
afford all this, bro? They're trying to still unless they don't sign Salah on that contract.
They
Liverpool
might
aren't the
view him as a
they aren't
replacement.
the
They might view him as a replacement for Roberto Firmino.
that's a big replacement because who are they going to play up top? You've got Salah, Diaz, and Mane, and then you still got Jota, who's in crazy form, and he's still on the bench. Him and Diaz are sort of swapping bench wise, and then you're going to try bring in a Darwin Nunez on top of that. I think that's just going to be too much power up front for like 5 people that should be starting every single game. Like, I think with 4, it's okay. You can get around it and do a little bit of a rotation. But I think putting in 5, because they've sort of played Mane more central lately. And I think it will depend if Salah signs that contract, because then, that's going to make a big difference as well. I'm just not sure if he'll do the Liverpool move. Maybe United. United's always a huge, massive pool, no matter how bad they are. But, yeah, look, no one knows what's going to happen, man. We all thought we were going to get Dusan. It didn't happen. So it is what it is. And look, someone can be amazing. Lukaku, bro. I started the season when Chelsea were just linked to Lukaku. I said that he was going to help Chelsea win the league because Chelsea was still sort of there last year. And I could see them bringing in that 1 or 2 players to take them over the edge. And I thought Lukaku was it. Fantastic season. And he's come here and flopped again. So
I
you
always
never know what's
knew
going to happen.
I always knew Chelsea didn't have the consistency to win a league this year.
I thought they were 1 or 2 players off. I think I really did think they were. And I thought Lukaku was just that link that they needed. And obviously that's what happens in football. You don't know what's going to work out. You can buy a guy for 20 mil and he can end up being better than you spending 80 mil. Like, look, Pepe, 72 mil, not that great.
Okay. Now, the final 2 options are Ivan Toney and Isak. So what are you saying? Ivan Toney, Isak.
Isak is trash. I've said that to you many times.
Ooh.
I think he's just overhyped big time. I think he's going to be a player that just plateaus and you're never going to hear about him again. Just maybe for Sweden. And Ivan Toney, like I said to you, I just think the issues that he has with his he's disrespected Brentford like 2 or 3 times now. I don't want that type of player in my football club. And plus, he took the piss out of Arsenal at the start of the season as well. So fuck that guy. He can get relegated with Brentford. Fuck him.
Brentford's not going nowhere. They're going to stay up. But I personally think I don't mind either one of those signings.
I just think Isak isn't clinical. He's just not. And he's just a skinny Lacazette. That's and for 90 million. That's seriously it. Like he's going to be too much money. It's way too big of a risk for a guy that's not even performing. He's not in any form whatsoever. What's he got this year? 4 goals or something? He's having an off season. Yeah, okay. That's fair, but 50%, like he had one good season, one bad. I don't think that's worth 80 million that they want. I think that's
Listen,
way too much.
you know what's crazy about these striker signings that we're trying to make? People have already made their mind up on who we should sign and who we shouldn't sign. And it's to the point where it's like, if we sign some of these players, I'm honestly worried that certain fans will not even back them. Like, for
If
example,
anyone new comes into the club, I'll always back them. I might think we can spend money better or do something better. But like I said, it takes time for a player to come
let me
in.
give you an
Like,
example though. When we signed Ben White, he already had haters from the beginning. Ramsdale, same thing. Ramsdale's turned everybody around. Ben White still has people who have agendas against him.
Ramsdale's been a bit bloody shaky, I'll tell you that.
Okay, yeah, he has.
He's
What about the fact that currently you have people who want Isak, you have people who want Darwin Nunez, you have people who want Ivan Toney, you have people who want Victor Osimhen, and you have people who want Tammy Abraham. And if one of those strikers besides their striker is signed, they're going to have an agenda against him. It's actually sick.
I don't
Like
know.
I personally want Ivan Toney, but the fact is that we're gonna get Gabriel Jesus. We don't need Ivan Toney now because Gabriel Jesus can do what I wanted from Ivan Toney. So I understand that we're only gonna get one Premier League proven player. If we get Jesus, I don't want Tammy with him. I don't want Victor Osimhen. I would rather go for a Darwin Nunez, Isak, or Ivan Toney over Tammy Abraham or Victor Osimhen, because I feel like the transition from the Italian league to the Premier League is a lot more of a culture shock than. But the fact that Tammy's already played in the Premier League also and scored 18 goals, you might get away with that. I need to watch more of Tammy Abraham. Victor Osimhen, I've made my mind up. I don't want nothing to do with him. He's too expensive. Darwin Nunez,
Yeah, but the price tag, that's why.
Darwin Nunez, I would take him, but we need to see more from him. Um, uh, with his development of his touch and his build up play and his link up play. When it comes to Isak link up play is there. It's just, will he be clinical? Will he be clinical when he gets to Arsenal? That's the question. Will he score the goals? Because he has scored the goals before, but he's not doing it right now. DCL, don't want nothing to do with him personally. I think if we sign DCL, he needs to be a bench option. He needs to be an alternative to Gabriel Jesus. But I would rather have Gabriel Jesus over him. What else? Ivan Toney. I'm okay with getting Gabriel Jesus and Ivan Toney. If we buy those two guys next season, I'm okay with that. I think those are the two cheapest realistic options. And if we get those two players, boom. Like, they're two modern strikers that could even play together if we need them to. But yeah,
Yeah,
I know you probably
I'm not. Yeah, the Tony thing, I think it's just his personality and attitude that worries me. Like, if before the season, I was probably thinking that, like, he's not at the best club. He wants to obviously progress.
What do
Lautaro
you think about this?
Martinez.
What do you think about this?
What?
Nunez is a
Nunez
trash
is trash.
footballer. Just scores goals like Bruno Fernandes.
Well, yeah, look, you take the goals away from Bruno. Like, he is trash. He brings nothing to the team. So,
Darwin Nunez might be the same. That's what he's saying.
could be a fair statement. But you look, at the end of the day, no matter what anyone thinks, like I said, like Lukaku was great, came here, was crap. Kevin De Bruyne or Salah, they were crap, went away. People thought they'd flop again, came back, and they were excellent. So you just don't know what's going to happen. So it doesn't matter who you buy. At the end of the day, someone can just change your mind and become world class at the end of that. So,
What are we saying?
and if
Lautaro
it
Martinez.
Lautaro Martinez,
He's
I don't
rumored.
know.
He's rumored and linked to Spurs at this moment in time.
If Conte stays, I'd say it's a fair shout. Or if Harry Kane goes, because if Harry Kane goes to United or City or something,
Yeah.
yeah, potential. And then what if Man City goes for Harry Kane, and then because Bayern might lose Lewandowski to Barcelona, then Haaland goes to Bayern. Seems like a transition that most of those guys do. Or Arsenal go for the jugular and get Haaland.
Mm. You want to
I've
know
always wanted
something?
to
We
see.
just had somebody in the comment section just say, "Why are we going for Gabriel Jesus? He plays on the right wing." I'm pretty sure he
A
played
striker,
as a, he. I'm pretty sure he played
false
as a
nine.
striker.
Yeah,
No, the other day. Listen, the way City
He's a
play,
false nine striker, yeah.
the way City play, Gabriel Jesus was actually their number 9,
Mhm.
but Grealish was taking up the right
pockets and
wing
stuff, yeah.
spot. Sterling was taking up the left wing spot. Gabriel Jesus was basically playing as a striker. He scored 4 goals and got an assist that game against Watford. Like, really, when we analyze these players, you have to understand their roles in different systems and different teams will be different. But the quality that he adds to our team is a lot better than what we currently have. And for the price and the
If you're telling me
experience,
25 million and we can get rid of Laka and Eddie, hey, bro, ain't no Arsenal fan gonna complain about that, surely. Like, there's surely no Arsenal fan that'll complain about that. Like, I'm not complaining about it. So
no,
I
he's
just
a
think
big
that we need
upgrade on
to, like
Tammy.
I said, we just need another. We need a second striker with him. We can't just rely on the one striker. We need the second, and then Balogun becomes the third striker for like cup games
Anyway,
and stuff like that.
we're out of here, guys. You guys have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day. Big up to everyone in the comment section. Do me a favor, hit that like button right now. Just like the video. It takes no time. It's absolutely free. Just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you want to do me a favor, leave a comment after the video is done going live. So yeah, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Big up my guy Dylan for coming on. If you want to find his channel, the link to his channel is in the description right now. But yeah, you guys know where to find him also on Twitter. If you want to find him on Twitter, his Twitter is right there. But yeah, we're out of here, guys. Dylan, thank you for coming on. Like always, appreciate
Pleasure
it.
as always.
Peace out, guys. What's going on, everybody? I need you guys to go check out my channel and subscribe if you're new. And don't forget